Hello, it's Martin here with Danny after Hungerford just drew 3-3 at home with Evesham. Thoughts on the game, mate?
All our hard work, endeavour and quality undone probably with 5 minutes of madness in the second half. I felt that, our first 30 minutes, I thought we were brilliant. Really and truthfully, we should, we could have gone on and scored more than just a one. We didn't, and obviously, like I said, I have to say fair play to Evesham. They obviously tweak things. Goalkeeper goes down injured. They tweak things, we didn't get to grips with it right up until half time. They could have even gone in front. Obviously, right on the half time whistle, and then second half, I felt we started the better again. We were obviously Curtis goes and scores within a minute, and then I felt we were in control. Go and get the third. And then, literally just 5 minutes of absolute not following runners, whatever it was, switching off. I'd have to watch the third goal back, but I know someone's let their runner go for the goal. And when luck goes against you, the second goal is a cross, and it found its way into the bottom corner. So, I'll have to give full compliments to Evesham. I think they played every dark art in the book tonight. Kicked off late, everything like that. Goalkeeper taking his time, laying on the floor, things like that. I have to say fair play. It's just bitterly disappointed because we should have 3 points.
Yeah, there was lots of positives to take out tonight. I thought the first 30 minutes we controlled the game, should have been 2 or 3 up, and we scored some really good goals as well.
Yeah, we did. Like I say, Regan's finish was brilliant. For his goal. The goal I love obviously was the third goal. Like I said, the link up with the centre forwards was great. What an unbelievable touch it was from Chaz. And Connor does what Connor does and puts the ball in the back of the net. And that's all hard work. And it all just gets undone with 5 minutes of stupidity. And I'm sitting here scratching my head how we've not. The last 3 home games. Was it 4 home games now? Is it that we've drawn? Bar Plymouth part away, which you took the last minute to get a point. I'm sitting here thinking we should have had 9 points out of the rest of them, and we haven't. We've got 3 points. And like I said, but we keep working hard. We keep on doing it, it will turn. It will get better. And like I said, there's glimpses of there tonight with real quality. We did, and we're still missing Harry Williams. We're still missing Joe Shepherd. Obviously there's been two lads that are coming in obviously this week from higher levels up that will be joining the squad. George Smith in the warm-up, who's down to start, does his Achilles. So sometimes when Lady Luck is not with you, it's not with you. But like I said, that we've got more than enough, quality within this change room to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, it is very frustrating. It must be doubly frustrating for you and your staff. But is anything you put your finger on is why we kind of lose the plot?
Just lack of exactly that, lose the plot. Just lack of concentration. Like I said, what was it? 3 minutes between both goals, wasn't it? Their second and their third, and that kind of rocked us. And you ask for characters, in key moments to stand up and things like that. I'm honest as the day's long. Can I do more from the sidelines? Can my staff do more from the sidelines when we're seeing going, where things are? Can we be a bit more proactive, or and instead of reactive, maybe? But you've got to look at our side, Mark. We've got full of experienced players. We've got one of probably the oldest squads in the league, if I'm honest. But it's got to be one of the most vastly experienced squads that are out there, that have played higher levels, that have done lots of non-league football. So it's just bitterly frustrating. I'm sorry for the supporters and things like that. Like I said, we're 3-1 up at home, should be winning the game. We haven't. Fair compliment to Evesham. Like I said, they've come here, done the dark arts, and 5 minutes madness from us, and it's cost us dear.
Indeed. We move on. We've got a very tough away game on Saturday to the top of the league, Walton and Evesham. So, your thoughts going into that game?
Yeah, what's that? For 3 or 4 sleepless nights ahead, because obviously they're for me. I think the world of Bill and Walton. Like I say, I get on like a house on fire with Bill and what he's got there and what he's doing there. I just said in the change room there, if we make an ounce of a mistake or a sliver of a mistake, we're going to get punished, because they are the best team at step 3 football. That is my humble opinion. They've just gone and beaten Farnborough in the trophy as well. and their quality. You know, we know their quality. We know that we're going to be in for one and go to hell and back and things like that. But you know, our way is the hard way. We like to dig in. We like to, you know, like I say, show resilience. Ever since I've been through the door here, that's one thing we have shown. And it just takes, you know, maybe a boring 1-0 off the bum or something like that at the best team at step 3. But no, back on the training pitch on Thursday, work on lots of stuff, and then get ready, obviously, for the big test on Saturday.
Yeah, well, thanks for your time tonight, Danny. It's a late one, so I'm going to let you pop off the bed.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.